Hi everyone, I'm Emily Harding here to discuss some of my recent changes and strategies with COVID-19 and everything changing in the world. So first of all, focusing on staying organized, I have definitely been focusing on using my planner. It has helped me so much through this period of uncertainty. With everything going on, there's been a great deal of crossing things off, adding new things, and erasing throughout my planner. So if I didn't write everything down that needed to be accomplished in my planner, I would have no clue what was happening anymore with all of the new things that I need to do and all of the old things that I don't necessarily need to do anymore. So even though there's a great deal of uncertainty in the world right now, my planner helps provide some level of certainty in my life and the things that I'm able to have control over. For setting a schedule and structure, I've been relying heavily on my planner, just like I have been for staying organized. Each day I have a to-do list in my planner. For the next day, I write it for the next day so I know what I can expect the next day of things to do. So every time I finish a task, I highlight it with a highlighter so I can still see what the task was, but know that I already accomplished and completed it. And on top of my planner, I also try to stick to a regular, similar schedule every day I wake up so I also know what to expect the next day. So I typically try and wake up, attend any online lecture classes that I have in the morning, eat lunch, work out in the afternoon, and then do some schoolwork, have dinner, do some more schoolwork at night, and then go to bed and repeat the next day. So it just really keeps me sane, having a good idea of what to expect the next day. In order to make sure I was focusing and to avoid multitasking, I've actually been completing almost all of my schoolwork in my dad's office at home while he's at work with the door closed. I do allow myself to take snack, meal, and exercise breaks, but I make sure to do these things out of the office so the office kind of remains solely for schoolwork and helps me keep this mindset. There's no TV in the office, so I'm not tempted to put that on. There is a small bed, but it's covered with pillows and everything, so I don't have the urge to lay on it and lounge like I would in my room. But the only distraction I'm left with is my phone. And although I do keep it with me for emergencies and things like that while I'm doing work, I turn it on Do Not Disturb, so I don't really hear all the notifications going off, so I have much less of a desire to pick it up. Staying connected to other people is definitely what has been keeping me most sane throughout this whole process so far. But since my class only consists of 14 people and we have grown quite close over the year, we all have each other's phone numbers and a group chat where we communicate with each other regularly about school and even things beyond school. So this has allowed us to vent to each other during this time about what we're feeling, talk about the online class assignments, and just discuss all the changes that are occurring in general, as well as planning for the future. But on top of that, I've also been staying in touch with my family and friends by way of texting, phone calls, FaceTime, things like that. Taking walks and runs around the neighborhood so I can wave and just have short conversations far enough apart from my neighbors and community members. So even though we are having to practice social distancing, it doesn't mean not having any social interactions. So that's definitely really important to keep me sane. In terms of making the most of the video lectures, the transition from oral lectures to video lectures has actually been much easier for me than I expected. So although my professors don't require us to join by video, only the audio version, I force myself to show my face and join by video to hold myself accountable. I feel like if my professors are able to see what I'm doing, I'm much more likely to give them my full attention and not focus on other things like my phone that I could be. So to make the most of all of the video lectures as well, I still have been taking notes in my notebook, just like I would during a normal lecture of a normal class, reviewing the material that we go over and completing my homework just as I normally would do to make sure I'm staying on track. For trading my strategies for new ones, I've been lucky enough that I haven't really had to trade a lot of my strategies yet. So my main strategies in balancing my internship and school life with this whole new COVID-19 thing, though, are very similar, as I mentioned, with the organization and setting a schedule and structure. But I'm sure as the weeks go by and I'm unable to return to my internship, then I will be bound to need to adapt my strategies. So for working with a group or team, so far I actually haven't had any group or team projects online with the new format of online class, but when that time comes, I imagine I'll be using things like Zoom Google Docs, stuff like that to communicate with my team members. But since all my classmates and I are all in the internship together and all have busy schedules based on that, we're kind of already all accustomed to working with a group in these ways. For our group projects, we don't really actually meet anymore. We just use the online resources. We've also had a number of discussions already on Canvas where we can just post our comments at our leisure, comments to other students as well at our leisure on their discussion posts. So it's kind of already what we're used to.